What's up? This is His Lordship, and that's right, we're testing the sound. What's up? This is His Lordship, and that's right, we're testing the sound. This is the Anyone Can Get It Network, brought to you by Ritz Crackers, Frosted Flakes, and Top Ramen. Yes, indeed. Pretty Tony is in the building. What's up, C. Wilson? And I'm mad today. I'm mad because, I'm procrastinating. I need to go to work, but I'm like, I'm like, fuck it. I go to work when I feel like it. So I'm going live before I go to work. But usually Wednesdays are not very profitable days. So I'm coming to you on YouTube. Maybe you can keep me from going to work. With your generosity, I don't know, but yeah, Evelyn Underwood in the building, and I was watching a video that you hit me to right before I went live, and I just realized that I'm jealous and envious of everyone that's more successful than me, or they seem to be more successful than me. And today, anybody can get it, from a handicapped person, a senior citizen, religious, athletic, bad parents, good parents. Anybody can get it today. I'm in the rare form today. That's why I named it rare form. And Evelyn, I want you to know that my wife, about 3 or 4 days ago, she got her doctor's in humanity, her doctorate in humanities, and her master's in theology. And my father, he got another degree too. It's like his third one, and he teaches at the same school my wife went to. And my wife was in class with Snoop's auntie and mother, and I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to talk about anything else that's going on with Snoop. He'll let you know. But I'm just saying that it's a small world when it comes to the internet. And yes, I'm related to Count Basie. Count Basie is my great uncle. I'm pulling out all the stops today because I'm man enough to admit that I'm envious, not jealous, and I'm not a hater, but I'm envious of people that's more successful than me, especially when it comes to YouTube and stuff like that. And it seems like the bad get rewarded and the good get ignored, and it's all good. Maybe I'm being petty. I don't know. I don't go to games because I'm jealous of the players on the court or on the field. When I work, sometimes I work where I have to be near these players and stuff. And I can work at a place all day and not know the score, but get paid and go home. That's just me. That's why they like me. They actually like me. When I work these places, they know I could give a damn about an athlete, that I'm not starstruck. And I swear to God, there's a luxury apartment near me, which is was converted into a condo. And a friend of mine who did music was also a personal manager of women. He was a personal manager of Ladies of the Evening, and he stayed on the 17th floor, and he had a great view. And he stayed on the same floor as a basketball player that was, a millionaire. And when I used to come through, and I'd be on the elevator with people, I would mind my business. And back then, I used to carry, and I still do, I carry at least one expensive gadget, So I had a thing that looked like a smartphone before smartphones was around. I had a Sony Clie. And before that, I used to carry an Apple Newton. But anyway, these devices costed $700 back when you can get a phone for $99. Okay, now these things, you couldn't make a phone call, but they were little computers with great cameras. Some of them had 8 megapixel or 5 megapixel cameras on them. But that's a whole nother story. So he was a pimp. Well, in France, they call them a mech. And mechs are registered with the city or the state, and mechs pay taxes, and And usually mechs are nominated. They not, they don't create themselves. The women say, hey, you should be my mech. But in America, yeah, it's a whole other thing. Personal management of ladies of the evenings are usually called pimps. You're correct. Yes, indeed. So, but the funny part was when I be on the elevator, I'll be on the elevator with somebody from the basketball, major basketball league, and I would just be looking at the either looking at my device or looking at the buttons. You know how are you the type of person that stare at the elevator numbers as they go down, and you ain't, until you get to your number and then you get off? That's how I am. So I'm either staring at the panel or I'm staring at a device I have, right? And like I said, not too many people carried these devices. Most people carried a Palm Pilot because it was cheap and it had a lot of advertisement. But I had an Apple Newton, and before they had Apple stores, they were Apple Newton stores. They were a lot smaller. They were like little bookstores, and software cost $49 and up. And you had to have a PC to put the software on an Apple device. But anyway, so Apple Newtons was LCD, it was $700, and then when Sony Cliés came out, because the Apple Newtons fell to the wayside. But Sprint used the Apple Newton to make the first smartphone, which I had. But anyway, so one time I was looking at my devices, which is kind of chrome. It's by Sony. It looks Star Trek, very Star Trek. I always been the gadget man since I was 17. He said, "Is that a cell phone?" I said, "No, it's a it's a Sony Clié." I knew I was going to get a call. I'll be with you in 1 second.
Incoming transmission.
So, anyway, so where we at? Anyway, he was like, "Is that a cell phone?" And I said, "No, it's a Sony Clié." And then it's this moment of silence, and then he say, "Oh, I'm so and so. I play for the Warriors." Now, look, do you know how many times I've been on the elevator in that same building, and a basketball player introduces himself to me first, and I keep wondering how come he knows that I don't know who he is. So I don't know what a fan acts like. I don't know what an obsessed fan acts like, but I must act like the opposite because, I will give them this. They had some players had got robbed in the elevator in Los Angeles when they had the whatever they do when they come to town and get together, that meeting that they have. I don't know what it is, but they have a little thing going on, and DJs come to town and all that. Well, ever since then, they've been paranoid. But I was in this building is highly secure, where the security got to let you through the door. You got to sign in, and then the security walk you over to the elevator and unlock the elevator to let you up, and then you're on your own when you're inside the elevator. You see what I'm saying? It's highly secured. But that happened to me at least 3 times where the player spoke to me first, told me what team he played for and shit like that. And one guy, I was like, so how's that? How is that? How is that? Is that, it's a good job or whatever? He was like, yeah, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? And that's, but out here, nobody's really a star. I mean, another high profile player used to walk around and jog and shit, but people kept, after they started winning, they started approaching him too much, and he finally moved. But he was just a regular fixture in the neighborhood. I mean, I can go to Safeway in the middle of the night and run into the guy who played in Clockers and Malcolm X. I think his name is Lindow or Lindsay or Leslie Lindo, Charles Lindo, something like that. You know what I'm talking about. And yeah. So there's some people in the background. You don't have to text. You can just listen. I'm gonna go live until I feel like I should be going to work or something like that. But like I said, Wednesdays is not a popular, profitable day right now. So my Dropbox has shut down. It's I have 25 gigs over the limit, so now I can't upload to Dropbox. But if anybody get intros and stuff for me, I can still use WeTransfer to send you the files, and it'll hold the link for 7 days. And if you want to send large files up to 2 gigs or whatever, I highly recommend WeTransfer. It's an excellent way to transfer large files. You don't have to send MP3s. You can send WAV files. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to use Gmail. WeTransfer is not paying me for this. But if you have a business that you want to advertise, I recommend advertising on WeTransfer. It gives you full screen advertisement, very great artwork detail. I'm sure these people work with you to get your artwork right. And I can't say enough about WeTransfer. I've been using WeTransfer for many, 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 many years. Yes. Now, Dr. Conrad Murray is a nasty motherfucker. Okay? This is a nasty motherfucker. He's a weirdo. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you very much. Dr. Conrad is a nasty motherfucker. And this information came from TMZ. Okay, and maybe you heard this before. I don't know. Maybe I heard about it and I forgot about it. But Conrad Murray, he says him and Michael Jackson was so tight, he would hold his penis for him. Pause. That's right. In a bizarre, rambling interview with the Daily Mail, Murray says, "You want to know how close we were? I held his penis every night to fit a catheter because he was incontinent at night." Okay? Murray went on to say that he wore dark trousers all the time because after he went to the toilet, he would drip for hours. And there's this mystery, Murray says. Michael didn't know how to put on a condom, so I had to do it for him. Pause. Murray also disclosed some of the things TMZ revealed years ago, that Murray believes Michael killed himself. Murray claims when he walked out of Michael's bedroom the day he died, I believe he woke up, got hold of his own stash of propofol, and injected himself. And he did it too quickly and went into cardiac arrest. I'm going to choke this dog if she keeps barking. And she do understand English. So let's see if she stops barking. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Now, and Murray suggests MJ kids have 3 different fathers. Conrad Murray is dropping the T. Murray suggests Michael kids have 3 different fathers, and Michael isn't one of them. And I think we kind of knew that. I mean, cloning and all that shit is not perfected. I heard you could pick your kids' eyes and stuff like that, but it's not perfected. Let me turn this compressor gate back on. Okay, that's better. That blocks out some of the noise. Murray says Michael told me he never slept with Debbie Rowe. And Murray insists Michael told him he had been sexually assaulted by one of his doctors while under sedation. And Murray insists Michael told him he had been, I said that. And this bizarre comment, Murray suggests Michael predicted he would die on Murray's watch. He says Michael once looked at him and said, "You know, for the rest of your life and my life, our names will be inseparable." Murray says. MJ smiled and said, "I'm clairvoyant." Yeah. And we can leave it there. We can leave it at that. The penis holder, Conrad Murray. I got his artwork sitting up here somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. Now, everybody's seen the Fifi video of her apologizing to Nature Boy and saying that she made everything up. But we're going to run that again. I knew that she was crazy, and this is proof. And the funny thing is, for people that don't know who this is, Nature Boy is a cult leader. Right now he's in court over his child. I think it's not a custody. See, this is stupid. It's not a custody court hearing. It's a restraining order court hearing or whatever. So, and they both crazy. So, I mean, if the judge was smart, he would take the baby from both of them. You see, but yeah. So Fifi, she was full of shit from the very beginning, and I guess she got paid off to apologize. So we're gonna roll that beautiful bean footage, and Reefa in the building. I'll be seeing Reefa out there on the YouTube streets, and Shell having sex on live. She had sex on live. I had no idea. I know she was on a date with her legs rubbing together and the big ass tennis shoes on. She had them big old Shaquille O'Neal tennis shoes on, and she was wearing Rosa Parks' wig. But Sayami in the building. We just got through talking about NBA athletes and Conrad Murray. One time I worked a game with the Packers and somebody, and I was on the 50-yard line, and I had to keep my back to the field, and I had no problems with that. I didn't. I'm not a groupie. I am not a groupie. I've always been able to rub elbows with stars and rich people. Let me let me manhandle this dog right quick.
Yo, man, I don't think they heard you. Why don't you tell them what your name
Okay, I think we got it under control now. Yeah, Queen recorded it while in the room and paid the dude $500. Damn. Well, they got to do what they got to do to get paid, and that's why I say that I envy these people, man. They're willing to go that extra mile. You know, I'm not gonna grow my beard out. I'm not gonna have 50 million trillion tattoos on my body. I'm not gonna, take 9 bullets. There's just certain things I'm not willing to do to be interesting. I'm not gonna throw on a dress. I'm not gonna wear lipstick. I'm not gonna paint my nails or extend them. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? And if I do have fucked up things in my past, I'm not gonna use those to make you think I'm more real. I'm gonna present myself how I'm trying to set the example. I can, it takes an effort to be articulate. It takes an effort to stay out of trouble. It takes an effort to, I do not want to prove to you that I'm a real nigga because I am not a real nigga. I am a person of hue, native to the planet Earth. I repeat, I am a person of hue, native to the planet Earth. Okay? You're not. I'm not a real nigga because I don't do real nigga shit. I don't have real nigga experiences. So now, when I was a child, I had no choice, but my grandparents made sure that the real nigga experiences only happen on the weekend and not during the week. So I know better. I come from Eastern Stars and Masons and hard factory workers, coal mines, and auto industry, and also people who built the freeways of Detroit, and good Christians. Sunday school teacher. One of my grandmothers was a Sunday school teacher for 65 years. So I don't think that qualifies as a real nigga. But I was a real nigga on Big O. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be a real nigga on Big O. I'm gonna try to be a real nigga on Big O. No, I actually know I'm trying to be some futuristic cyborg Daft Punk Tron or Tron Black Negro Tron on Big O. Now you know what? If I name myself Niggatron, I would blow the fuck up. I would blow up. Why we always got to put a negative stamp on something to make it positive? Death Row. You think Life Row would have been as popular as Death Row? I don't think so. But this is America. This is your America. Life Row would not been as popular as Death Row. See Murder. You think See Life would have been as popular as See Murder? You think See Humble would have been, making hits like See Murder? Do you think See Humble would not have been accused for murder and would be free right now, but because his name is See Murder, he's incarcerated? See what I'm saying? That's why Old Dirty Bastard changed his name. That's why Puff Daddy changed his name. You see? Right on, Evelyn. Yeah, See Murder. I like See Murder, and I don't know why. When he talks and stuff, I like his vibe. But where I live, there are several people in prison because of their lyrics, because their lyrics had too much detail in it, right? And I'll give you an example. Brother Lynch Hung. He no, the Lurch. Lurch had the most Freddy Krueger like lyrics. Oh my God, the way he talked about murder was on the level of horror films. So to make a long story short, he ended up in Los Angeles, and he was staying in a trap house because he really didn't have, I guess he wasn't making that much money, but he was popular. And I guess one of the trap house guys' girlfriends was feeling him. I don't know. So they decided to kill two birds with one stone. They laced him up with LSD or Sherm. Right? He thought that he was a dog. They fed her to him, like her guts to him, like he was a wolf or something. And then he was running down the street butt naked on all fours and howling in the air. And after they arrested him for murder, and they he didn't remember the incident because he was high as a kite. So the murder weapon does not have, the weapon they used to knock her out does not have his fingerprints on it. All right. When the police came, there's nobody in the house. There's no evidence of anybody else staying in the house. It's just her remains and him, but he's running down the street. So they tested, for some reason, because he had blood on his mouth and stuff, they tested his stomach content, and it had some of her remains in his stomach. So my theory is somebody was mad at her and him and killed two birds with one stone and set him up. But because his lyrics were about killing and massacring people and, Freddy Krueger and people, and because he had her remains in his stomach, it was easy to pin the murder on him. And it's the same with C Murder. He's on video shooting up a place. People didn't look aggressive. They didn't look angry. His life wasn't in danger. They were just a little disagreement. He come back firing up the place on camera. And so that's in his history on camera. That's in his history. And then his lyrics glamorize killing. And then his name is C Murder. So when he went to court over, at his video shoot, there was a shooting, and so he was accused because of his name and his lyrics, just like Lurch, you see. And there's other people, there's 3 or 4 people, and there's some more people in New Orleans that's in jail just based on lyrics, but it was very easy to pin that on him. Plus, he did it, I don't know if he did it, because I wasn't there, don't let me lie. But for the sake of argument and as a theory, he allegedly did it in front of 400 witnesses, and maybe only one person testified. But his arguments was, I'm only being convicted because of my name and my lyrics, and nobody witnessed me do it. No, everybody is afraid. First of all, you got people that's loyal to the streets, and maybe the dude is, I don't know, maybe he deserved to get hit, I don't know, but there's people that's not going to snitch. There's people that felt that it was justified out of disrespect. You see what I'm saying? So just because people don't testify doesn't mean you're innocent. It's just people afraid of you and your brother. All right. And number 2, when you have a name like Death Row, when you make a song called Fuck the Police, when you make a song called Fuck Donald Trump, even John Lennon, this is a white English guy. John Lennon was murdered because of his lyrics. You see, John Lennon, he's white. There's plenty of white people that went down because of their lyrics. Even Larry Flint was shot, or attempted murder on Larry Flint. That's why he's in a wheelchair, because of the articles in his pamphlet. Before he even had the Hustler or whatever magazine, he had a pamphlet he used to put out. You see, he was very anti-establishment. He was like the punk rock journal, magazine of his time. So I'm fine on EB. What's up, C? Tender Catering in the building. They are human beings first, and they still normal people. However, man gave them the celebrity, and God Almighty is the greatest celebrity. Yeah. Now, see, the thing is, man wants to be God so much that man invented the term star. All right, and we all know who the planet Saturn, and we all know who the star represents. Okay. So they used the statue of Ptah as a trophy to symbolize you being the biggest star. Now, the only difference between the Emmy Award and the statue of Ptah is erect penis coming out of the statue. So the Emmy Award statue is the same as the statue of Ptah, it's just the penis is missing from the statue. So let me try to strangle my dog one more time. Okay, we black. Hey, hey, hey. Now, let's see what this lady is talking about. I think my dog will be quiet now because I'm trying to make this flow, and I'm trying to hit the road. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what this lady is talking about. This lady's supposed to be highly educated and all of the above, but after this video and everything, after this presentation, and after what she did on Bigo, I guess she didn't think people would film it or screenshot or whatever. She would never be able to run for mayor, Supreme Court. She wouldn't be able to run for head of PTA, supervisor, alderman, dean, you know what I'm saying? A task force to keep an eye on cops, neighborhood watch. She'd never be head of the home association because of her loud mouth and ignorant statements.
Peace, Juju. I come in peace. I called you to actually come over here and apologize to you and Carbonation.
Okay.
And I want to apologize and give a statement at the same time. Number one, to you, and number two, to Malia, and then the rest of Carbonation.
Can you believe that Shiite? Yes, she's nuts. I cannot believe this Shizer. All right? And she's doing the same thing that they all do when they lie. They cannot look directly in the camera when they lie. Because the camera, just like the eyes, are the windows to the soul. So if they look directly in the camera and lie, you will see their soul. They would expose themselves. So she has on glasses, so it's easy for, we can't really see her her eyes that well. But they always look to the corners, because when you create a lie, you have to place it somewhere and you have to reference it. So when people look away from the camera and they look up or whatever, they're trying to retrieve and formulate the lie. And then this dude gonna sit there and act like he's humbled by this moment, and that all anybody has to do is to come at him like this, and most likely he will forgive them also, which is bullshit. Yeah, she's not there. Her elevator don't go all the way to the top.
By giving false accusations, about giving false information, about giving false stories about you, about Malia, about carbonation that I knew not to be true. I want to apologize to saying that you have a disease, or that Malia have a disease, or anybody in carbonation has a disease, because I don't know that to be true, and I actually made it up for a storyline.
Look, nobody was believing you anyway. People already made up their minds and their opinions based on the information that's available, based on the videos, the live shows that's available. People were just entertained by the way you act and thought you was funny, but never did you present yourself in a way that made you credible. You're not a private investigator. You're not a licensed journalist. You're a comedian. Nothing more, nothing less. And then you're on Big O. I mean, who would take anybody serious on Big O? Because it's a money generated, it's a money generated platform. Instant gratification,
What kind of storyline?
Well, actually, after I was talking to, one day I was on your page and you was teaching the knowledge, and you opened up the panel and I asked you a question. I said, Baba G, how do the beans work? What do you have to do to be a host? And you said, well, basically being a host is, if you don't have no content, or you don't really have nothing to offer to people, it's like you gonna be a salesman and you ain't gonna have nothing to sell.
Look, he didn't know how the hell to be a host, and he gave her any kind of answer. So that whole little story is fake, because she said she asked him how to be a host. Why would you ask somebody who's new to Big O and don't know shit about Big O like yourself and then find that useful information? You see what I'm saying? Now, she has not once looked directly in the camera. She closed her eyes. She looks to the left. She looks to the right. Just keep your focus on her eyes and his eyes. Because he's learning. He's getting closer and closer. But he nor her or anybody in combination can look directly in the camera and tell a lie. They always have to look away. They always have to look for the story somewhere in the stratosphere. And Tony T is in the building. Shout out to Tony T, because Tony T actually encouraged me to, if that's the right word, she inspired me or encouraged me to analyze this video, because when she was telling me, I had no idea. I didn't know after the fact, and then I said, oh, this was what she was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
So that's actually sparked my mind, probably in a Scorpio deceitful way, and I apologize for that too, but it sparked my mind that maybe I could get some content. Maybe I could have something to sell. Maybe it might not be the right thing, but I know one thing I can do good is I could sell a motherfucker something. So
I I bet you could sell a motherfucker something. I know what you couldn't sell. I know what I wouldn't buy. But look, I can color treat this video a little bit more, but I can see that her eyes keep going left and right and close, left, right, up, down, and close. There we go. I'm just gonna treat the color just a little bit, and we're gonna keep it rolling right now.
After maybe about a week or 2 weeks went on, and then Liddy did that shit, Liddy turn, and then Honor did some shit, and just in my mind, I said, I'm gonna have to use carbonation for my content to grab the bag, because Liddy had came to my page and he was a fucking idiot. And Honor came to my page and she was a fucking idiot. And I know me with a college education and being a good writer.
Okay. I know me with a college education and being a good writer. So now she's going to be working on the book. She's taking this opportunity to promote other hustles. She saw 2 other people get their hustle on, and so she said, how can I get in on this hustle? I know that I'm funny, I'm charismatic, but I haven't seen anything that shows any evidence of an education. So I'm zooming in closer so we can look at her eyes to see how much of this story is a lie.
That, just because y'all hot, that I can basically feed the story. So that's when I decided to change my name from Fifi to God and switch my name to Fifi to Scorpio. And since at that time Malia was in the hospital, I feel like that was a good storyline for me, that Malia was sick. And everybody believed it. So I just think now that basically, like you said, is when people turn on you, they get some money or get fame or get notoriety, and then the shit goes away. So for me, ultimately, all I wanted to do was get 10 racks, right? That's all I really wanted to do was get 10 racks. Because like Visa pointed out to everybody, I do got an auntie body. I am fat. And as you know, when Malia was in the hospital, is that I didn't have no whip at the time. So when I got my page, it actually, to me, even though I was wrong as 2 fucking left shoes and you could fucking break my jaw and I'll still be humble, is that I needed 10 racks and I did it in the most disgusting, wrong way. I used Sweet Malia, who I love. I use you, who I love. And I use my family, who fuck with me and who I love, to get the bag.
Wow, did you hear that? He must have gave her some hella money. Or they was in on it together from the very beginning, because that's a confession right there. But it's all bullshit, because we know Malia almost died, at least a couple of times. We know Malia is very sick, and because of a health condition that she had before she even went, I think. I think it's buffering. So let me check under the hood. Okay. That should fix that. So, yeah, look, and she's looking to the left. Let me see. Yeah, she's looking to the left. When people look up in the air to the left, that's when you can study. There are videos of people who it's their job to see if somebody's telling the truth when they're testifying. There's plenty of videos on different people's testimonies, and the people analyze it and tell you. And one common thing they say is, when a person is lying, they have to release that energy. Like they're playing with something in their hand or shaking their leg or something, and for the lie in their mind, and they actually looking up to reference it in their brain. They're looking up. You see, plus they're not really a liar because their mama raised them right, so they really can't look you directly in the eye and lie. You see. Let's get back to it.
So now I got my 10 racks from the Bigo app, and I'm calling you because I just would like the opportunity to, one, apologize and explain myself, and two, tell Malia really how sorry that I am that I was a selfish fucking bitch and used her sickness and her circumstance to get $10,000.
Dang.
There is no proof or no evidence of this, but you can, whatever money people make on Big O, I heard that you can, it's very, very transparent. You cannot hide or lie the amount of money you make on Big O. So if you see that she have a certain amount of beans all of a sudden prior to this confession and apology, then you know that she was paid to come with this story. Now, the guy that's paying Nature Boy, who's managing him, I noticed that he's also a big donator to SecNet. Wait a minute, SecMet. Because I was looking at her funders and her backers. So they're working on bringing SecMet up. Right now she's camping out at a lake out in the mountains with her camper. And she's doing ghetto jujitsu by the water and trying to get her beans. She just got a camper. You know, Eliana had a camper, but she stood by the camper, but we don't know if it was hers. And then next thing we know, she was in Puerto Rico. So I guess the camper, she was just fronting. She was just posing in front of the camper. But SecMet has a camper, and it looks like good times on the inside. It looks like you're in the Chicago projects. And back in the day, but if you look at my video about her, you'll be able to see that. But she's live all the time, and she has the same gifter as him. And if you look at hers, it might be he's not going to use his own name, but it might be through that guy or through somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So let's play some more.
But I also feel like this too, Baba G. Even though it was wrong, even though it was fucked up, you basically taught me over the last 6 years how to use cosmic currency.
Okay, now this part, from this part on to the end, she's being very sarcastic, and she's rubbing it in the face of the supporters and donators who gave her money, because she not only got kickback probably from him and his camp before or after this, she got paid by all these people that thought she was against Nature Boy. You see what I'm saying? So from this point on, she's being very sarcastic. At first I thought she was trying to make fun of him, and at first I thought that she thought that he was so dumb that she can apologize and insult him and make fun of him at the same time. But on this part, if you look at her eyes, I think that she's making fun of the supporters more than him, or a little bit of both, because she is insane.
And basically, that's what I did. Me, a fat, nutting ass motherfucking big lips, hairy ass bitch, sit there and thought about it in the holographic universe, and I got it the way I did not know how I was gonna get it. I would also like to say too that I absolutely miss you, Efaru, True, and every other member besides Elway, because I call Elway all the time and talk to her.
See, when she said all that shit, she wasn't looking at the camera. When people are sincere and they really mean what they say, they usually look you in the eye. The only people that can look you in the eye and lie to you is professional liars. Like when you watch the news. You know what I'm saying? When you watch the news, they are trained to look you in the eye and give you a truth that they want you to have. But an amateur, a regular citizen, don't have those kind of skills. So when she mentioned Elway, she looked in the camera. But when she mentioned everything else, she's looking away from the camera.
And I miss everybody that I had to turn on. I miss everybody that I had to make up fake content about to take down. And you know, if I had any shame or decency, you know, I could be done with myself. But I'm not. I spent half of that money and I'm sitting in me a brand new whip. And I spent the other half of that money and got all the fat I could sucked out of my body. So here I am saying I'm sorry, and I know you are a forgiving person, and I know that you one of the most, I think you're probably the most forgiving person that I know.
Who needs his forgiveness? Fuck his forgiveness. Who the fuck is he? Is he Kwame Nkrumah? Is he Nelson Mandela? Is he Gandhi? You know what I'm saying? Is he Marcus Garvey? Is he Thurgood Marshall? Is he Martin Luther King? Is he Shaka Zulu? I mean, who needs his forgiveness? You know, who is he? That's all I'm saying. It's just some weird shit, man. It's a weird. I have a strong grip on sanity and reality, so this is all amazing to me.
And I would like to be in your good graces and in the good graces of the tribe again. Peace, Malia. You got it. I came on here to apologize to you, Malia, because because all y'all know, we have a strong connection with one another because family is frequency. And for my own selfish reasons, I used your illness and you being in the hospital as an opportunity to get financial gain.
This is my point. I envy people who see bad behavior gets rewarded. There's no more shame in the community. And, you know, this lady hasn't mentioned the real God once. The only person she should be confessing to is her higher power, the real God. She talked to them like they're royalty, like they some pharaohs or the head of a real tribe. These are just some homeless people, hustling people, making money on the internet. A sideshow. The only thing missing is blackface. They don't wear blackface anymore. You see what I'm saying?
Not for notoriety or anything like this, because everybody already knew who I was because my name was the God. But actually, I actually had a deceitful intention. And that was to get $10,000. Because I really thought if Liddy's a fucking idiot and he can get $10,000, I can get $10,000 and I could still teach the 5 sciences. I could still teach carbonation. I could still teach the knowledge. I could have trivia games on my channel and I could still teach the knowledge. And if you ask Elway, the whole time, Elway didn't see me do it. And I tell her to come over anytime because I absolutely teach the knowledge all day, every day. Never stop. Absolutely. Am I wrong? Yes, Malia. I don't know Malia to have anything. I never spoke to Malia when Malia was in the hospital. I never sent Malia no damn cell phone. I don't know Malia to do anything. I don't know nothing about Malia's medical situation. I don't know nothing about Malia's medical situation. I don't know shit about Baba G medical situation. I did not have no fucking contact with Malia when she was in the hospital. I did not have no contact. I never sent her a phone. I made it up. I did not send her no phone. I don't know. They do not have no disease. They don't have no STDs.
Look, nobody took you serious anyway. It was a minstrel show. Today's minstrels do not have to wear a black face. You were on Big O, so there's nothing that you can say that people will take at face value. There's nothing that you can say on Big O that people will deem credible because you're on Big O. And you're loud, you're obnoxious, you have no decorum, you have no self-discipline. And just because you say something doesn't make it true. We don't know you from Adam. We don't know what your IQ is, your educational level is. There's your display. First impressions is everything, and you didn't. Your first impressions was a clown. You see, someone who starts trouble, an antagonizer, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Vicky in the building? So you, just like you don't know if they did have a disease or not, you don't know as well if they don't have a disease.
There is not no super strand. The shit that sound good in my paper. That's it. If Hollywood was open right now, I would be writing down there. But instead, I wrote all this up. For money, you stupid bitch. Oh, excuse me, reflection. Sorry. And that's wrong. And I'm willing to now give the money back to Baba G, back to Malia, in the form of currency and in beans to show them and to prove to him that the whole time I've been down. I never switched up. I just did something disrespectful. I was never in my lower self. In that capacity, was I in my lower self for being a snake? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do I love y'all? Absolutely. It hurt me like a motherfucker to do this shit. It hurt me like a motherfucker to do this. Yeah, and I wanted to show people that in this situation, that when you do something that's fucked up, that don't mean you can't come back from it. When you out here in a fucked up way, that don't mean don't stand up for your shit and say, hey, I fucked up. I went against the grain. I was in my lower self. I did something wrong. Because when you in a family, sometimes other family members hurt family members.
But it's not a real family. That's why I hate metaphors, because this shit is ridiculous. Shady in the building. Vicky in the building. Is this Fifi? Yeah, this is Fifi with her foo-foo. Yep, on her BS. You know what I'm saying? But the way they use these words loosely, friend, family, it doesn't. I have a public announcement to make. On the internet, love has no meaning. Friend has no meaning. And family has no meaning. Okay? So you can just, chop that up. Chop that up. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk about that video. It's kind of old, and I'm sure she wished that was way behind her, but I brought it back up. Yeah, those things have no meaning anymore. You might as well forget it. You know? So since his lordship and his excellency is still blocked, and now his excellency is blocked on Big O by Your Highness. Let's go through some old videos to let her know that, you know, she needs to play nice and unblock her brother so I don't have to expose her anymore.
They said it was all about knowledge. And now I feel like I got most of it all.
I'm here. You got all that talk online, all that. Jazzy G, you going to jail. LaTanya Jones, you going to jail. I'm getting all of y'all punk niggas, because now we in America, yo. Let me calm down. All my real niggas hit me up, man. I'm here, man. We about to formulate, and everybody that's really about carbonation, we about to meet up. We about to formulate this thing together. I'm not really fucking with everybody, but on some real shit, I'm about to show you how these people is weirdos, my nigga.
So, because it's 3:50 in the morning. So, I love y'all. I've been on 20 hours, 24 hours. Good night, y'all. I will see y'all when I wake up. Maybe. I might sleep about 4 o'clock.
I know. Sure. No, not me. When I take my coat off, my whole body comes apart. No, it doesn't. Just joking. I think. Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground.
In these times of hate and pain, we need a remedy to take us from the rain. Jealousy, a little greed. I've been thinking of what I need. I need a freak to hold me tight. I need a freak every day and every night. I need a freak to kiss me wet. I need a freak to be my home computer set. I need a freak with curly hair. When I need this freak, I need her to be there. I need a freak with flying curves. I need a super freak to calm my nerves. Help me out. I need a freak with long, long hair. A super freak in underwear. I need a freak to treat me right. I need a freak every day and every night. I want a freak exclusively, so that she'll only come to satisfy me. I need a freak, I really do. I want a freak, one who acts and looks like you. Oh, you know I need a freak. Hear what I say? I need a freak to get me through the day. I need a freak to treat me right.
I showed you the website to go on to send evidence to the IR, send evidence to the FBI? No one's done that. So it took me a while to break this down, but I'm gonna put everything out there. I am, because see, I found out some things of my own, and I found that a lot of channel holders are Team Eligio. See, there are some people that used to deal with this sector that told me everything. I know everything, the truth, and everything. A lot of these people are doing this strictly for views, and that is it, and for money. That's the only reason they're doing it, because without him, they have no commentary, and they all get a piece of the situation of this reality TV deal. And like I said, everything I've said has been correct. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit back and watch the shit unfold. These channel holders are not what you think they are. They're all lying. Every last one of them lying, including that interview with Eligio.
See, how can you insult random people you don't know and expect nothing to happen? You know, that was a shot to Mediva. That was a slight to her. And anybody, whoever did an interview with him or talk about him, because she wants to be more relevant and more knowledgeable. Yeah. I see why you stopped following her, but she needs to see why people have issue with her. Look, you just insulted everybody else who's just trying to do YouTube. YouTube is on the .com. .com means commercial. Anything done on the .com, either you trying to advertise or sell or make money off of. Period. Why clown for nothing? Why show your ass for nothing? Anyway.
I appreciate her because she didn't have to do that. I was kind of surprised by it. She said, I'm sending you something. It's just because of everything you've been dealing with, which was very sweet of her. But then I realized I had the wrong PayPal. I have 2 PayPal accounts. And one of them was like 3 years old. The other one is one I was looking for. But they're connected. I didn't realize they were connected. So I had to end up figuring out which one it was. Now I know which one it is. I had to make sure I put the right one up. I think I did today. If that one, the video I did posted, then yeah. But as for all these people don't make a break. Man, I got bigger fish to fry right now. I'm dealing with an ex-boyfriend right now at the moment. I'm not even concerned about the crazy people. I ain't even concerned about him right now. I might go out tomorrow and spend some time with my girlfriend tomorrow. And she and I go out and just have lunch. And no, I don't mean a woman that I'm sleeping with. I mean a friend of mine. Because when you say girlfriend, you be like, are y'all having sex? No. No. But yeah, I just had to learn that instead of me wanting some things you're not going to get right then, some things just lead up to other things. So a lot of times just don't mind me. But that's the way I teach, because I want to basically teach you what leads you into the situation and who's involved. So when people come out, when I start getting these phone calls, let me prepare y'all. And I should have did this from the beginning, but I didn't. I German people. I am a mother. My mom and had German friends. Okay. We were practically raised. I interacted with German people.
Because German people don't do stuff, huh? German people don't smoke or nothing, right? They don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't fuck.
They don't. I said the way they raise their children are different. I didn't say they didn't do anything. Respected my parents. I did right by my parents. Am I going to say I was perfect? No. But I never stole my mother's car. I never not came in on time. Did I date? Yes, I did.
And you didn't get sick of dying to nothing, right?
No.
Okay,
no.
Son. You just keep...
because number one,
you just got to
no. And yeah, I kissed my mom, but the thing about it is my mother said it was okay for me to do so. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That's my point.
But you don't let them touch that cuckoo.
No.
And you was like, oh no, wait, we doing all this scamming and
that would be No.
Okay. All right, Latanya.
Seriously. I'm serious. No.
Okay.
Because, like I said.
Oh, I mean, it's time for me to get back in. But negative is not negative. It's not the only thing in the world. There is positive things. That was my whole point.
I'm saying that. You're still misunderstanding what I'm saying. But
great sound quality, stimulating visuals, and great conversations, because we also listen too. So thank you for tuning in to His Lordship live stream.
trust me, if you and I was to ever meet, you would get rid of your wives. You wouldn't need your wives. You wouldn't need all of them. You wouldn't need no other woman, actually. So, no. Mm-mm.
Anthony Harris reporting live, bringing you more of the Black Sector news. There is more where this came from, because this is an ongoing series due to the situation at hand. She is a enigma, and she's proud of it. Okay, she's an enigma, and she's very proud of her idiosyncrasies. She has no decorum, no je ne sais quoi, and it's only been by God's grace that she's made it this far with that mentality and that way of thinking. You see, they say God protects animals and fools, and I could be wrong about that quote, but I know the fools part is right. Okay. So, if you ever wanted to know what USBC stands for, it stands for United Smart Broadcasters Collective. It's a very small collective, and it has a open door. People can invite themselves in, and people can leave. There's no initiation. You don't have to kill someone to join. You don't have to be. You don't have to, I forgot what they call it, but we don't have to jump you in. This is a volunteer thing. It's red, black, and green, USBC, United. This says we are going to broadcast professionally. We're going to bring you great quality sound, great images, great stories. And you can sit with your grandparents. You can sit with your child and don't have to worry about any vulgarity and stuff like that. So when you see the USBC logo, you know it's going to be that kind of show. Now, if you don't see that logo, which I created, and if you need a logo, let me know. If you don't see that logo, you know it's about to go down. All the gloves are off. Okay? Oceami in the building. The gloves. Yeah, you know what kills me? When there are so many non-arguments, she creates arguments to comment on, and she posed questions that nobody was posing. And then your assumptions is based on your limited knowledge and limited education, and your assumptions push you even further back of the line. It's safe for me to maneuver in the world. It's safer for me to not to assume. You see? Yeah, it's safer for me to not assume, because an assumption can be a poor misjudgment that could be very dangerous out there. Right on, Vicky. Right on. But I try to be like a Cape Crusader. I try to be like a like an action figure, like a superhero on YouTube. And it took a long time to get to this point. I went through a lot. I lived in different environments. I lived in certain levels of danger. My parents used to party hard, and I'm surprised I made it thus far. You see what I'm saying? And all of this helped me become the man I am today. which is the Ebonic Man. I am the Ebonic Man. And I will check in with you later. Thank you for watching the show. Peace and hair grease.
His Lordship, man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's first Ebonic Man. His Lordship will be that man, better than he was before, better